Welcome to my business episode. The business world is always changing, and it can be hard to keep up with all the latest news. In this video, we'll round up all the latest business news, from the potential downfall of Twitter to the most innovative new startup. Stick around to get all the latest news. Enjoy. Elon Musk backs out of a deal to buy Twitter, which is a start. Friday, Elon Musk's lawyer sent a letter to the company's legal officer on his behalf saying that he wants to end his $44 billion deal to buy Twitter. But Brett Taylor, the chair of Twitter's board of directors, said the company still plans to close the deal at the agreed-upon price and will go to court to make sure it happens. Taylor wrote, "We are sure we will win in the Delaware Court of Chancery." Shares of Twitter were down about 6% by the end of the day on Friday. In the letter, which was made public in a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission, attorney Mike Ringler from Skadden Arps said Twitter has not met its contractual obligations. Ringler said that the contract would require Twitter to give Musk the business information he asked for. He said that Twitter did not do this. Musk has said in the past that he wanted to look into Twitter's claims that about 5% of its monetizable daily activity users are spam accounts. Ringler also said in the letter that Twitter broke the merger agreement because it has materially inaccurate representations. This accusation is based on a quick look that Musk took at spam accounts on Twitter. Twitter has said that you can't figure out how many spam accounts there are based on public information alone. Instead, a team of experts looks at the data and comes up with the 5% number. He also said that Twitter broke the agreement by not getting Musk's permission before putting people out of work. As proof, he pointed to the recent layoffs at the company. Musk is now officially trying to get out of the deal, but this story is probably not over yet. Musk agreed that if he backs out of the deal, he will pay $1 billion. But as Twitter board's chair said they would do, the company can try to hold Musk to his original deal by suing him for walking away if they don't agree that his reasons should let him out of the contract. Next, Twitter and Elon Musk's lawyers will look at 4 cases from the past before they go to court. First, IBP versus Tyson Foods. In this case from 2001, Tyson won a bidding war and agreed to buy IBP, a meat distributor, for $30 per share, or $3.2 billion. But when both Tyson and IBP's businesses did badly after the deal, Tyson tried to get out of it by saying that IBP had hidden financial problems. Judge Leo Strine found no proof that IBP broke the contract in a significant way. He said that Tyson just had buyer's regret. He said that wasn't a good enough reason to back out of a deal. Strine said that Tyson had to buy IBP because of a clause in the contract that said he had to. Strine wrote, "Specific performance is by far the best remedy for Tyson's breach because it is the only way to make up for the harm that was threatened to IBP and its stockholders." Even though it's been more than 20 years, Tyson still owns IBP. Still, the deal with Tyson is different in a few important ways. Tyson hoped that a judge would let it back out of the deal, part because IBP's business had gotten much worse after the deal was signed. Musk is saying that false and vague information about spam accounts should let him go free. Also, unlike Tyson's deal for IBP, Musk has to get billions of dollars from outside sources to buy Twitter. It's not clear how or if a deal could close if a decision goes in favor of Twitter. Strine now works for the firm Twitter hired to argue its case. Wachtell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz. AB Stable versus Maps Hotels and Resorts, and Tiffany versus LVMH are the next cases. In this 2020 case, a South Korean financial services company agreed to pay $5.8 billion to buy 15 hotels in the United States from AB Stable, a subsidiary of the Chinese company Anbang Insurance Group. The agreement was signed in September 2019, and the closing was set for April 2020. The buyer said that the shutdowns of COVID-19 were a big problem for the deal. The buyer asked the seller to do something specific. Judge J. Travis Laster ruled that the ordinary course of business clause had been broken by the closing of hotels and a big drop in their capacity. He said that the buyer could back out of the deal. In 2021, the Delaware Supreme Court agreed with the decision. In another case involving COVID-19, LVMH agreed to buy Tiffany for $16.2 billion in November 2019. Then, when the pandemic hit in September 2020, right before the deal was supposed to close in November, LVMH tried to get out of it. Tiffany sued for failure to do something. In this case, a judge never made a decision because the two sides agreed on a lower price to make up for the drop in demand during the COVID-19 global economic pullback. LVMH agreed to buy Tiffany for $15.8 billion in October 2020. In January 2021, the deal was done. Genesco versus Finish Line was the last case. In this case from 2007, shoe store Finish Line agreed to buy Genesco for $1.5 billion in June 2007. The deal was supposed to close on December 31, 2007. In September 2007, Finish Line tried to get out of the deal, saying that Genesco had committed securities fraud and fraudulently induced Finish Line to enter into the deal by not providing material information about projected earnings. As in the Tyson case, the Delaware Chancery Court said Genesco had done what it was supposed to do and that Finish Line just felt bad about paying too much. Midway through 2007, when the housing and financial crisis started, the markets started to fall apart. But instead of going through with the deal, both sides decided to end it, and Finish Line agreed to pay Genesco for damages. When the credit market crashed in March 2008, Finish Line and its main lender, UBS, agreed to pay Genesco $175 million. In exchange, Genesco got a 12% stake in Finish Line. Genesco is still a stock that anyone can buy and sell. In 2018, JD Sports Fashion agreed to pay $558 million to buy Finish Line. In other business news, PepsiCo raised its revenue forecast as it uses price increases and smaller sizes to fight rising projects. PepsiCo upped its revenue projection on Tuesday because inflation raised costs for Doritos and Gatorade. The world's largest food and drink company anticipate costs to rise in the second half of the year, so it wants to keep lowering product sizes and employing other approaches. Before the market opened, the company's stock rose less than 1%. Pepsi earned $1.43 billion, $1.03 per share, in the second quarter. This is less than last year's $2.36 billion, or $1.70 per share. The company's margins dropped because of higher freight and material costs. Pepsi CEO Ramon Laguarta claimed the company is saving costs by employing mix and assortment solutions, including smaller variety packs. Johnston said that the corporation may lower chip quantities instead of hiking prices. The Russia-Ukraine war harmed PepsiCo's profitability more than higher costs. The battle cost $1.17 billion during the quarter. Pepsi stopped selling most of its goods in Russia in response to the Kremlin's invasion of a neighboring country last year. The business is changing how it sells some juice and dairy brands in Russia. The company earned $1.86 per share after expenses. Sales grew 5% to $20.23 billion. Organic revenue rose 13% without acquisitions and sales. Finally, Walmart has agreed to buy 4,500 electric delivery vans from Canoo. This makes the stock price of Canoo go up. Canoo, a company that makes electric cars, said on Tuesday Walmart has agreed to buy at least 4,500 of the company's new electric delivery vans. This is a big win for the company, which has been having a hard time. Shares of Canoo went up by more than 50% after the news came out. Canoo said that Walmart has signed a definitive agreement to buy at least 4,500 and possibly as many as 10,000 of its all-electric lifestyle delivery vehicles. These are small electric vans designed for local delivery service. Walmart is counting on its thousands of stores to deliver online orders quickly and cheaply so it can compete with Amazon, which is known for how quickly it ships orders. It has launched and grown its e-commerce services, such as InHome, which delivers groceries straight to customers' fridges, and Express Delivery, which drops off purchases at shoppers' doors in 2 hours or less. Walmart Plus is an annual membership service that the big box store wants to grow. One of its best features is free grocery delivered to your home, but it needs more delivery vans to offer more of these services. The fleet that runs InHome is all electric. With Canoo, Walmart has made its third big deal for electric vans. Earlier this year, Walmart put down a deposit on 5,000 electric vans made by BrightDrop, a division of General Motors. It also bought 1,100 electric vans from Ford e-Transit, some of which are already in use. Well guys, we're out of time for today. I hope the show was fun for you. Make sure to like and follow to see more great stuff.